There's a new Star Wars movie out. Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi is without a doubt my most anticipated film of 2017. This movie is directed by Rian Johnson, the same guy who brought us the movie Looper from back in 2012. And it's a direct continuation of the Star Wars saga from right after Episode 7. So in regards to plot points, I'm really just not going to tell you anything. I will be doing a spoiler-filled review after this video sometime like next week. There I will discuss plot points, but for this video, for any of you who haven't seen The Last Jedi yet, I'm going to keep this spoiler-free just in case you want to go in as fresh as possible. I really loved what J.J. Abrams did with The Force Awakens. I thought that movie was a great new foundation for this universe, and it really just rejuvenated the whole franchise. It's going to be hard to talk about this movie without touching on any spoilers, but I will do my best. So first of all, let's talk about the characters. First off, Daisy Ridley as Rey is incredible in this movie. She gives a kind of performance that's so real that you forget that you're watching an actress playing a character. And one of the biggest things I wanted to see with her character in this film is her being challenged. You know, I wanted to see Rey at her most vulnerable point, and this movie really did that for me. We got to see her going into places that I really did not expect and that I was really pleased with, so that was awesome. In my opinion, Adam Driver as Kylo Ren is definitely one of the best villains in recent memory. He's easily the most compelling and fascinating character in terms of the villains in the Star Wars universe. And this film really did build on his character in a way that I really enjoyed. Adam Driver's performance is amazing. You just look into his eyes and you can see the conflict inside of him. And the movie still presents him as a regular person with flaws who is still kind of learning the ways of the Force. Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker in this film probably gives the best performance of his entire career. I was blown away by his performance in this film. It brought tears to my eyes. They present his character in a very different way than I was expecting, which I also really liked. We got to see a really grizzled, darker, more intimate Luke Skywalker than we've seen before. And I'm not going to spoil anything here, but he has a couple mind-blowing action sequences in this movie. I mean, like, incredible stuff. In terms of the other characters, John Boyega is great as Finn once again. He's very charismatic and he's really fun to watch. Poe Dameron actually has a lot more to do in this movie. I really enjoyed his character in the last one, but I wanted to see him have more of an arc in this film, and I just found him more endearing in this movie. He has more of a reason to be there, honestly. Carrie Fisher as Leia in this film is also really great. It was hard seeing her in this film, I'm not gonna lie, but I really like what they did with her character. She has a lot of really interesting surprises in this film. There's a lot of new, ambitious directions that they go in terms of what we know about this universe. Like, for example, the perception of the Force in this movie changes a lot. Some of it works, some of it doesn't, a lot of it does. And honestly, isn't this what we asked for after Episode 7? We wanted a film that tried new things and was ambitious and different. And that's what we got. I think Rian Johnson did a terrific job with this movie. Not just with the story, but with the directing, because this is a beautiful looking movie. This is probably some of the best cinematography I've seen in this universe besides Empire Strikes Back. I think that's definitely the best looking film in the saga. But this film looks amazing, and Rian Johnson did a really great job shooting it, especially during the action sequences. Rian Johnson captured some lightsaber battles in this film in these epic wide shots that literally made my jaw drop as I was watching it. I could not believe how amazing it looked. It was so epic. And we haven't seen that a lot in this universe, but I'm so glad he did it in this film. It made for some incredible moments. But as great of an experience as The Last Jedi was, I would not say it's a perfect movie, unfortunately. It does have some flaws here and there, especially in the pacing towards the first act of the movie. And a lot of that is because of this storyline involving Finn and Rose. There's this whole sequence with their characters on this planet called Canto Bight, and it was so weird and like such a betrayal of the rest of the movie, and it really screeched the movie's plot to a halt. It's just such an out of place scene, and there's also a lot of CGI in that part, which I thought didn't look convincing at all, and it looked really weird for a Star Wars movie. This movie's 2 hours and 30 minutes long, and I feel like if you cut out that scene entirely, it would have made for an infinitely better movie, and it would have been shorter, and it would have helped with the dragging issues that I had in the first act. Also, some of the humor in this film doesn't really land. I think a lot of it does, but there's jokes here and there that I just thought were kind of bad, and parts of the movie feel really cheesy and forced. That's not really a big problem for me because I thought it was very minimal, but there's a few scenes here and there, especially towards the third act of the film, that I thought were really forced and they could have done a better job with them. That's really it for me with flaws. I pretty much loved everything about this movie other than that one Canto Bight sequence and some of the humor. I think The Last Jedi is an amazing theater experience. There's a lot of terrific character development in this movie. Daisy Ridley as Rey is amazing, and Kylo Ren is also incredible, and their dynamic together, I didn't really talk about it, but it's amazing. Carrie Fisher gave a great final performance as Leia, and the movie did a really good job with her character. Luke Skywalker has never been better in this entire saga. This movie does have some of the most incredible and immaculate action sequences I have ever seen in this universe. And Rian Johnson did a terrific job with this movie. It does new and ambitious things for this universe that I really wasn't expecting. It's filled with surprises. I think a lot of fans are going to be really pleased with it. But I had an incredible time with this movie. I think it's one of the best in the Star Wars universe. And I'm going to give Star Wars The Last Jedi an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I greatly appreciate it. You can probably expect a spoiler-filled review of Star Wars The Last Jedi like sometime next week. I'm going to be on Christmas break soon. I got a lot more videos coming. But anyway, guys, look forward to seeing Star Wars. I can't wait to see it again. Also, be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.